Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has taken the whole world by storm, with selling over 12 million copies since its initial release on December 7th, 2018. It's a safe bet to say that this is probably one of the biggest Nintendo franchises ever. With its massive list of stages, massive list of characters, items, music, the list goes on and on about all the cool features in this game. But I think the number one cool feature in this game is it allows you to use the GameCube controller. Now the GameCube was released on September 14th, 2001. Super Smash Bros. Titles like Melee, Brawl, Wii U, and now Ultimate have all supported the GameCube controller. Now for Ultimate, you do need an adapter for it because this obviously does not plug in directly to your Nintendo Switch. So in this video, I'm going to show you two third-party GameCube controller adapters. The first one being the 8BitDo GBros wireless adapter, and the second one being the Nyko retro controller adapter. I'm going to go over the features of each of these ones here, and I'm going to let you know my recommendation for which one you should pick up. So let's get right into it. So I'm just going to do a side-by-side comparison of the two products here. So first up, we'll have to do the 8BitDo one GBros adapter. So on the front here, you have the star button, which is the capture button. The red button is the home button. And then this is the switch between Switch and PC. So you can do X input on your PC or just use it for the Switch. And then this is the wireless pairing button. Then on the side here, you have a micro USB port, which you can power it by. Then on the back, you have a compartment for the batteries. Takes two AA batteries. And then on the side here, you have, this is really interesting about this one. You have a Wii controller adapter, and then you have the GameCube controller port there. Now with the Nyko one, it's a lot more simple. All you have is a single USB port and a single controller adapter. That's it, nothing else. No wireless features, just USB adapter and the controller port. So I'm going to show each of these in action, give you pros and cons to each. So let's check it out. So the first one we're going to go over is the 8BitDo GBros wireless adapter. Now, some of the pros of this are it's wireless. It has a Wii remote port here, so we can put in some Wii classic controllers or SNES classic controllers, NES classic controllers, and so on. It has a capture and home button, so the red one is the home button, and then the green one is the capture. So see, a capture was taken. Also, it's super easy to connect. So all you do is you go to controllers, change grip and order, you just hold the pair button there, and then it should show up, and there it is. Now, it also can be powered by USB, but the funny thing is the cable they include is this. So it's very, very, very short. So I hope you guys have a longer micro USB cable, because if you hook this into the dock, then it would be a better option for you if you don't want to use any batteries. Another thing about this is that it's very small. So you see, you can hold it in the palm of my hand. So it's very portable. You can throw it in your case. So it can be used in tabletop and in dock mode with the no need for adapters. So see, everything is wireless. Nothing is attached to the Switch itself. It also does support rumble. So if you do like that feature, it does support the rumble as well. Another good thing is that it shuts down automatically with no use after 1 minute. So if you're worried about your AA batteries being drained, then this is a great feature of it. So it will save the battery life of them. Now let's go over a bit of the cons here. So the first one for me is a big one. It uses batteries. Now I know that shouldn't be a big deal, but we're in a day and age where batteries are pretty much obsolete and everything comes with a rechargeable battery bank. But I feel that if they did add that, it would increase the cost a little bit, and batteries aren't too expensive. So if you get yourself a pair of rechargeable batteries, then you can easily solve that problem. Now the other thing is you cannot use both controller ports as separate controllers. It can only be used as one. So see, I have the Wii Classic controller and the GameCube controller attached. It only recognizes it as one. So that's a kind of a disadvantage there. Now another disadvantage of this, if you have one of these babies, the Wavebird controller, which is an excellent controller by the way, the adapter itself does not plug in correctly. So you see, it doesn't go in all the way. You're going to need an extension cable, which kind of is annoying. So there's always that to keep in mind. It does still work. See, it works fine, but you just need that extra cable, and that's another $1 you have to spend. So just keep that in mind if you want to use a Wavebird on this. Now, another disadvantage of this is that when you use a GBros wireless adapter, it does recognize it as a Pro controller. So as you can see on the screen, it does not read the GameCube controller, it reads it as a Pro controller. Now that can be a little confusing because the button layout on a Pro controller is a little different than a GameCube controller, but you can still get around it. Just remember that X is now here, it's not at the top, and Y is also at the top. So it's just basically reversed in a way. So just keep that in mind if you're doing a custom layout other than the default one. So that's another kind of a thing to look out for. Now the other thing with this is that because it is a wireless option, there could be a little bit of input lag, but as you can see, I'm clicking the buttons right there, and it looks very, very minimal. But if you're a competitive player and you want the least amount of input lag, this may not be the option for you. Now here's the Nyko adapter. Big thing is that as soon as you plug this in, it's recognized as a GameCube controller. So if you go to controls, let's go to my name there, Andrew64. It's recognized as a GameCube controller, so it says in use. So that is a big thing with this one. Also, this is very, very small, half the size of the 8BitDo one. And you can see for a two-side comparison there, it's very small. So it's very portable as well. Now again, with it being a wired option, there is no latency whatsoever. See, there's no latency, jump works, attack, special. Yep, there we go. And also, this is very cheap. This is $10 US. So this is a very cheap option if you just play by yourself. Also, it does support Rumble as well because it is basically a single GameCube controller adapter. Now, here are the cons. These are the big things though. So it needs a USB port in order to be powered. Also, another con about this is that tabletop mode does need a stand and USB-C to USB Type A adapter. That's kind of a bummer because this is honestly a really good small portable option to use your GameCube controller. So you have to, it is cheap to begin with, but then you have to fork out more money for a stand and a USB-C adapter. So that's something to consider as well. Also, you can only use 2 per console, and also I believe that the Nintendo Switch only supports 2 GameCube controller adapters. Since this is recognized as one, that's probably why. And then the other big thing is only has 1 controller part, so no Wii class controller option. So if you want to use it like that, then kind of out of luck there. Let me show you this thing in action. So my final verdict on these 2 products, go with the 8BitDo. It's wireless, has a lot more features. It has the Wii Classic controller port, so you can use your NES Classic controllers to play those NES online games. And it's honestly a better value for what you get. This is $20 US. It is a little more expensive than this one, but with the features it has, it's well worth it. But with that being said, this one is pretty good as well. I wouldn't use it as a portable option, but if you're just playing Smash at home by yourself and you have extra GameCube controller laying around, you just spend $10 on this thing and you're good to go. I'll leave a link in the description to both of these products, and if you do use those links, it does help me out a little bit, so thank you in advance for that. This is me signing off. Have yourselves a 1-up day, and let me know in the comments below what you think. Which one is your preferred adapter? Have a 1-up day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.